Okay, welcome to the Camtasia editing panel. Here is our media bin. To add a record to our track or to our timeline, this is our timeline. You simply hold down your video and pull it down to the track line, or you right click and click add to timeline. So whichever way, your video will be added to the timeline. So we added this video to our timeline now. Here is our screen. The screen, you can change the size of the screen by selecting any size here, or you can simply click on fit. You can also crop the screen. You can also pan the screen by clicking on the pan tool, and you can move it all around the screen window. You can also click on your edit button. So I want to also show you that under your sizing, as you click on your pan, you can also crop from the right to left, from the left to right. So these are the basic way to crop your video screen. Under our timeline, you have the track for the audio, and we also have the track for the screen. So you can customize each of them from here. This is for the video, which is the screen, and this is for the audio. You can also customize your mouse. To customize your video, you can increase the scale from here or decrease, or you can also type in a measurable scale from here. Let's say 100. Type your enter. You can also increase the opacity or decrease the opacity of the video. You can also change the rotation and position of the video. Now for the audio, you can increase or decrease the gain of the audio from here, or you can choose a particular size or audio size that you want. For the mouse, you can increase the size of your mouse or decrease. You can, let me set it to 200. You can also increase or decrease the opacity of your mouse from here. Okay, now on our timeline, you can undo, redo. You can also cut a video. You can also copy, paste. I want to also show us how to use this option, split. So once your video is selected, you simply go over and click on your split. So I want to split this place. There was no recording done here. As it's selected, you simply go over and click on your split, or use the shortcut Ctrl S. So once you click on it, it will split this video into two, and you can either choose to delete either of the parts. So let's say I want to delete this part because there was no recording done here. I simply right click and click select report delete, or using the shortcut Ctrl plus backspace. I'm going to click it now, and it is deleted. So the next option I want to talk about is our media options. So from here, like I said, this is our media bin where all the videos you added to the Camtasia timeline will be displayed here before you can now move it from here to the timeline. Here is our library. You can choose pre-made videos, intros and outros, lower thirds from here, of which you can add to your video. So let's say we want to add a lower third or an intro to this video. You can come here and select a basic intro. Let's go with this, hold it down and bring it in to our timeline. So you can choose to pull it in, and let's play it and see how it works. It's an intro.
Hello.
Okay, so we can choose to customize this intro the way we want it to appear by going to our transition. We can want it to circle stretch or fold. So whichever one you want, you can simply drag it in to your timeline or to the particular video you want to customize. Notice one thing, that once you pull the transition down to a timeline, it will want to the middle, it will want to display, show you the zero like portion, to either giving you the option to want to add to either to the both side of the videos. But if you take it to the one side, it will only apply to this side or to this side. But if you place it to the middle, it will be applied to the both side of the video. Okay, we also have our behavior annotation. Before we come down to behavior, here you can add a text to your video by double clicking on it, pulling it down, and you can add a text. Let's say a text. So you can also adjust the text by changing the color of the text from white to black. So you can increase or decrease the size of the text. You can also change the style and also the alignment, either to align to the center, left or right. Okay, you can also increase the vertical spacing and the horizontal spacing. So these are some customizations that you can make under your annotation for your text. So behaviors, you can choose basic type of behavior that you want. Let's say for this text, let's choose a behavior that you can want for this text. If you want this type of behavior, you simply hold it down and push into the text. And once you play the text, that behavior will be added or attributed to the text. Okay, so under animations, animations give you the liberty to zoom a particular space in your video. Let's say we want to see this space. Let me delete this. Okay, let's say I want to see a particular place in the video. You use the animation option to actually view that space. Let's say we want to view this particular space of the video. Simply hold down your mouse and pull it up, and it will show you or bring a closer look of that particular object. So once you're done, you go back and click on scale to fit. Let's say as the video is playing, you click on scale to fit and it will move back to its original position. So let's play it back and see how it works. So as you're playing your video, getting to that place, it will zoom in and it zoom out based on where you have placed the zoom in and zoom out. You also have another option here called animations, of which you can choose different types of animations to add to your video or to suit your choice of preference. You also have cursor effect. The cursor effect attributes to our mouse click. Like I told you earlier, that we are going to show how we can add a cursor effect later on as we move on. So here is the time. This is our mouse. As you can see, this mouse here has no cursor effect. So to add the cursor effect to this mouse, I'll simply hold this mouse cursor effect highlight and bring it in to the timeline. Let me put this up and bring it in to the timeline. So once it's into the timeline, you can see it is now highlighted. So we have the color, the opacity, size, softness, ease in and ease out. So under the color, you can choose a particular color that you want. Okay, you can also choose the opacity, the size of the mouse. Let's say, well, we are okay with this size. The softness of the mouse. So whichever one you want, you can choose and customize it based on how you want it. And also, lastly, before we close this section, I want to also show you how to delete some portion of your video that is not wanted. Let's say you want to delete this portion to this portion of the video. You can either hold down this red bar here and pull to the right and use the shortcut like I've told you, Control plus backspace, or you right click and use the report delete, and that particular space will be off. So that is how to make some basic modification and editing in Camtasia. Feel free to ask or drop any question or complaints, and I will be glad to answer them. See you in the next video.